Hello, dear students. I am Sampada Sawant, Assistant Professor of Philosophy. In this video, we shall cover Unit 1 of your paper, Logic, which is based on basic logical concepts. The topic that we will cover is defining of logic. So, before we understand the concepts involved in logic, we have to first understand what logic really is, what it means, and how do we define that. So, what is logic? The term logic came from the Greek word logos. It is translated as sentence, discourse. Discourse is any discussion, written or communicated. It's a discussion. Reason, which you know, rule, and ratio. Ratio means any quantitative relation between two numbers. So it's a quantitative relation. How is a particular number related to another number? It is a systematic study of the principles of good reasoning. So, there is good reasoning and bad reasoning. We say what bad reasons you are giving. You're justifying something very badly, you're justifying something very nicely. On what basis those reasonings are made? Logic studies that basis. Logic is not very different from critical thinking. What is critical thinking? Critical thinking is an objective evaluation of something. What is objective? Objective means something that does not involve your interests, a person's interest, a person's choices. So, if you go to a counselor, or let's say if you go to the courts, there is an objective way of arguing about things. Here, the lawyers or the judges are not interested in how you feel about something or why you murdered, let's say, because I was under stress. The court is not interested in your emotion. The court is interested in whether the crime was committed or not. So it's critical thinking. Critical thinking is objective. It does not have concern with your emotions. It does not have concern with what you feel, what you have interest in. Sometimes logic is understood more narrowly as deductive logic. We will understand the concept deductive logic more deeply, but just in general, deductive logic means, let's say, you have to explain something. For that, you give certain reasons. So, in courts, if you have seen, the lawyers give certain reasons or justifications to explain something. If that explanation matches the reason, is consistent with the reason, if those reasons support that conclusion, then that is called a deductive argument. And logic is exactly about this deductive reasoning. Logic is exactly about this reaching the conclusion which is easily derivable, easily achievable from the reasons given. Deductive logic is mainly about the consistency of statements and beliefs, as well as the validity of arguments. So, you know how we say whether an argument is valid or not, whether the justification you give is valid or not. So, there should be some consistency between how you explain it and what you explain. So, it is written consistency of statements and beliefs. Let's say, on one hand, you're saying that you support gay rights, and on the other hand, you secretly believe that gay men are not worthy of being called men. So, what you say and what you believe are two different things. That is not called deductive argument. When I say something, then I have to also say something that will follow from what I said before. So, if I say A plus B, B plus C, then I have to say A plus C. I cannot just bring in X plus Y in between. Okay, that is called consistency. It should consistently follow from one another. So, coming to the definition of logic, logic is the study of the principles of correct reasoning. So, principles means how that correct reasoning is guaranteed, how that correct reasoning comes out to be. So, what is that ground? What is the basis? So, when you say to someone who is arguing with you and who abuses you or accuses you of something, you ask the person, on what basis are you saying this to me? So that basis, logic is the study of that basis. Or logic is the study of the methods and principles used to distinguish correct from incorrect reasoning. So, of course, we know that there are two kinds of reasoning: good reasoning, bad reasoning, correct reasoning, incorrect reasoning, or right and wrong, So how do you distinguish between them? What is that mark of distinction? What makes you understand that distinction? That is what logic studies. So let's understand the definition a bit. That is what I was trying to say. Logic is concerned with the principles of correct reasoning. Studying the correct principles of reasoning is not the same as studying the psychology of reasoning. Correct principles comes from your thinking capacity, whereas psychology has got something to do, let's say, with your mental state. Whether, let's say, I'm not feeling well today, so I just argue randomly with people. So my psychology today, my psyche is disturbed today, and that is why I'm saying something. But that is not how reasoning should be made. So that is what logic says, that it is not the same as psychology of reasoning. Why someone says something, let's say this person is angry and that is why he just went on saying what he liked. This is called understanding the psychology of reasoning. But logic is not interested in your emotions. That is what we heard before. Logic is only interested in your objective evaluation. It tells us how we ought to reason if we want to reason correctly. So in courts also, we are most of the time surprised how a lawyer turns the case somehow in his favor. Why is it possible for him to do so? Because he is logically following certain pattern. And like I said, logic is not interested in emotions or feelings. That is why lawyers can easily alter or moderate certain facts, and yet the argument is valid. Yet the argument helps someone to win the case. Because logic is about that, how we should reason. It is not studying the ethics behind right and wrong. It is understanding if something has to be made, if some point has to be made, it has to be made in this way. So it tells you the way to go. Logic studies only the principles governing the validity of argument. That is what I was saying. If you want to make a particular argument valid, on what grounds that argument becomes valid, that is what logic studies. Let's take this example. If Tom is a philosopher, then Tom is poor. Tom is a philosopher, therefore Tom is poor, obviously. In my very first statement, I began by saying if Tom is a philosopher, then Tom is poor. अगर टॉम फिलोसोफर है तो वो गरीब है. सेकेंड सेंटेंस में मैं ऐसे कह रही हूँ कि टॉम फिलोसोफर है, तो ऑब्वियसली मेरा कंक्लूजन यही होगा कि टॉम पुअर है. ओके, दिस इज व्हाट इज कॉल्ड लॉजिक. इट इज नॉट इंटरेस्टेड वेदर अरे सच्ची फिलोसोफर है, फिर वो फिलोसोफर है तो वो सच्ची गरीब है या नहीं. दैट इज नॉट द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ लॉजिक. लॉजिक डज नॉट फोकस ऑन कंटेंट. Logic does not focus on the facts. What is logic interested in? Logic is only interested in the structure of the argument. If A is equal to B, B is equal to C, then A is equal to C has to be the case. It cannot be otherwise. Let's understand this in this way. So there are two kinds of logic that you will study throughout your semesters: formal and informal logic. Formal logic is what we were understanding from right now. It evaluates the structure of arguments. So in this argument, if Tom is a philosopher, then Tom is poor. Understand the structure. कि A is equal to B है, B is equal to C है, तो naturally A is equal to C ही होगा. That is called structure of the argument. It uses symbols and then manipulates those symbols. So throughout your TY, you will be using certain symbols that we will study ahead as you move ahead. Those symbols will help you reach the conclusion without taking much efforts. You won't have to put in much efforts to reach conclusions in logic. With the use of certain symbols, you will be able to reach the conclusion without much efforts. What is informal logic? Informal logic evaluates the content of the argument. Let's come back to this example. If Tom is a philosopher, then Tom is poor. अगर मैं कंटेंट को देखूंगी तो ऐसे ज़रूरी नहीं कि अगर वो फिलोसोफर है तो वो गरीब ही होना चाहिए, लेकिन लॉजिक के हिसाब से फिलहाल मुझे यही एक्सेप्ट करना. Like I said, logic is not interested in facts. Logic is only interested in the structure of the argument. So informal logic will study the content of the argument. So maybe it will try to analyze whether Tom really philosopher है या नहीं. अगर वो philosopher है तो वो गरीब होना ही चाहिए. इसको कहते हैं फैक्ट्स को इवैल्यूएट करना. इसे कहते हैं कंटेंट को इवैल्यूएट करना. So informal logic is interested in the content of the argument. It is about recognizing arguments in texts and reconstructing them. Text means paragraphs. So, in a particular unit in your logic paper, you will be dealing with informal logic. Okay, there you will be given certain paragraphs, certain bigger sentences, or a combination of sentences where you have to try to understand what is wrong in that sentence. In courts, you must have heard also again that a particular lawyer says about a particular guilty person that he asks the judge to forgive the person because the person is the only child of a poor parent. Okay, so the child is the only source of income of that poor parent, so he uses emotions in the court. But this is not the way to argue in courts, right? You cannot bring in emotions, you're manipulating. So there a certain fallacy is committed. You cannot use emotions. Logic is interested in only structure. Logic is not interested in emotions. So, informal logic is something that will deal with the other aspects besides symbols, other aspects besides the structure of the argument. It will deal with the content of the argument. Okay, thank you.